What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Points Break Travel. Welcome to PBT Live. It's your boy Rod, the host that sometimes does the most. And on this channel, we talk about credit. We talk about credit cards. We talk about points, miles, cashback, personal finance, and how to travel around the world or around the country for little or no money out of your pocket. If there's something you're interested in, do your boy a favor if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel, baby. Give the video a thumbs up. And in my live stream, I will say ring that doorbell. Let me know you in the crib. Make sure if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It's going to default to personalized. You want to go up, click that. Go up one, select all so you don't miss out on future content. And as I'm saying right now, I have a special surprise for y'all tonight. I reached out to some people today, man, and that's why I played that song. A lot of my brothers got education for your information. We ain't all thugs. We ain't all running around here tearing up stuff. And I'm telling you, man, 12 boy, I get this question. I get this question all the time. Rod, which credit card should I get? Then I guide them in that direction. Then I get another question. Capital One Platinum, Capital One Quicksilver. And I may tell them something different. Well, Rod, I got this card that is working for me. Which card should I get next? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Hey, I am broadcasting from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If this is your first time here, let me know you're tuning in from. You don't have to say the city or state. And I'm not going to even waste a lot of time. Y'all, I reached out to some people today. I said, man, hey, I need a little help, man. Your boy been gone. Your boy been gone a little while. And I gotta get a little more deeper into this and talk to him about it. But I reached out, and a couple of more may be joining me, but I reached out to Nigel Schroeder. I reached out to Dwayne from How to Build Credit TV. I reached out to Cakeology. And I consider these the BOC, not to be mixed up with the DOC. We ain't talking about getting funky enough. We ain't talking about the formula, but I call these guys the BOC, and that is the brothers of credit. Some of the stuff we know we ain't supposed to know. Some of the stuff we tell people about, we don't even supposed to be able to explain it to ourselves, but we can do it. And so far, one of these three is joining me tonight. And we're going to jump right into it. We ain't going to waste no time. And then I'm going to get into the presentation. And if I have to redo this live stream when we get back into it, well, no, I won't do that. But coming to the stage is a person that needs no introduction. I'm not going to even give you no disclaimer. I'm just going to bring him up. I want to make sure he's ready, make sure his mic is unmuted. And he is ready. Coming to the stage is my brother, a man that I like a son. Nigel Schroeder, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Good. Everything's going well. Just like you said, been busy and trying to get everything together so that I can get back full time and full fledged back on YouTube. But you know, it's very few people that when they call me, I don't say no. And Rod's one of those people. You know, whenever he calls me, I pop up and make sure that I at least make my little walkthrough. So thought I make sure I got on here tonight and was here for at least this introduction portion of the stream. So thank you for having me, and I'm here with you.
Well, I tell you what, man, and I promised Nigel I wasn't going to keep him over here long. That's why I wanted to bring him up at the beginning. In case y'all don't know, Nigel is a content creator. He has several YouTube channels, more than me. And on his flagship channel, he has well over, how many subscribers now? You close to 15? You're over 15?
We're at 16,000.
16,000 on the Nigel Schroeder channel. And he talks about points, miles, cashback, credit cards. And he is the king of Navy Federal. He knows about Navy Federal inside and out. So if you're thinking about Navy Federal, or you're part of Navy Federal and trying to figure out how to navigate your way through that ecosystem, Nigel is the one to go to. And I want to Ask Nigel a quick question. Nigel, this is a simple question though. How old are you, man? Because I've been saying Nigel
23.
for 4 years. 23?
Yes, sir.
23. Am I right or wrong to say you have a master's degree?
Yes, sir. Working on the second one. Hopefully it'll be here in next May.
Am I right or wrong to say you're a teacher?
Yes, sir. Teacher and an adjunct professor.
Am I right or wrong to say you have your own business?
I'll be correct as well. I pay taxes.
Yo, Chris Breezy came out and Lil Wayne introduced me to Young Phenom. And when I first saw Nigel, that's the first thing I thought about. Phenomenal. And we have some videos and some live streams we did back in the past where it was old school versus new school, or old school meets new school. And I always refer to this as we're like the drum line. If you ever seen that movie, The Drum Line, with Nick Cannon and whoever else was in the movie, old school thoughts versus new school thoughts, old school ways versus new school ways. And there's really no right or wrong with either. It's just two different ways to tackle the situation. So, Nigel, what I want to talk about tonight, and I'm not gonna keep you on here long, and y'all, I will be going through these comments. But what I want to talk about tonight is people get this Capital One Quicksilver Card, and I have one, and I don't know why I'll never bring it. And after that, they are so excited because they get in any credit card in the world, But after that, they get so excited, they really don't know what move to make next, because the majority of the people, including myself, I can't speak for you, but the majority of the people wasn't even expecting to get approved for the Capital One Quicksilver Card. Then they do, and they keep this card, and they're wondering, okay, what's next? Rod, what's next? Nigel, what's next? If your first card was a Capital One Quicksilver Card, and you had it 6 to 9 months, which card would you get next? Did you hear me, Nige?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you had the Capital One Quicksilver Card, and you had it 6 to 9 months, which card would you get after that card? Any card in the world.
I personally would say this is, and you know, there's always two ways that I'm gonna go, but you know what option number one always is for me. If you've had the Capital One Quicksilver Card 6 to 9 months and you have some form of military affiliation, a way to get into Navy Federal, I'm always gonna say my first and next go to would be to look at the Navy Federal cash rewards or more rewards card. That would be probably my next go to. And this is assuming that you're managing your credit appropriately, you've paid off all your balances and all that stuff. So the platinum card's out, because we're not talking about, doing a balance transfer or anything like that. We're just trying to start building up that relationship so that we can go for those heavier cards. So that would be my go-to route with Navy Federal. I would probably go for that cash rewards. Assuming that you get a Navy Federal, I may have already got an M rewards card when I got my Capital One card. And then I would be now looking towards unsecured and probably looking at a more rewards or a flagship, now that you already have an established relationship. But now if we're going the other route, if I say, okay, I've had my credit for 6 to 9 months and I have this Capital One card, where can I go from here? I'm going to give you 3 non-Navy Federal alternatives that I would look at. I would probably look at the Chase Freedom Flex. I would look at the American Express, the Everyday Blue. Just a basic entry American Express card. And I would probably look at the Discover It cashback card. Reason being, I like cashback. With Discover, their cashback and their travel are going to give you the same value pretty much. So I would I would go with the cash back over the travel just because it gives you a little bit more freedom on how you're gonna spend your points and all that stuff. So those would be my three go tos. As far as non-military cards, then as far as military, I would say definitely that Navy Federal card. Or of course you could go with a USAA card as well.
Nigel, he shocked me there, y'all. He shocked me. I knew he was gonna say Navy Federal. He shocked me with that.
Yeah.
He didn't shock me with that. And I'm gonna tell you, Navy Federal is powerful, very powerful. I was with Navy Federal for about 20 years. I joined them straight out of boot camp up until I retired. We had a little conflict, a little disagreement, and I always say, man, don't let your emotions overtake your finances. Don't get so upset with them. Close all my accounts. That's what I did. Close all of them, every one of them. I don't care if you ain't even got to send me my money. I ain't have like $20. Just close them, let them go. Bye. And that was the dumbest thing I ever did, man. And I didn't have no credit cards with them. I didn't even know about a cash rewards or more rewards or air rewards or flagship rewards. I didn't know about any of those. You know, there was no Nigel Schroeder back then. There was no Point Spring Travel. There was no Dwayne from How to Build Credit TV. None of these people existed. So when he said to discover it, and I'm going to tell you my three, and I like again, I don't know how long Nigel has here. I am not going to keep him long, but I'm going to keep rolling with the live stream. I did want to just bring him on to get, and I'm going through these comments, y'all. If it's hays and hellos, I'm just going through it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. I am going to go ahead and share my screen right now, and I'm going to tell you the moves that I would make. Now, Navy Federal, obviously, I don't think they sent me some in the mail the other day. And I just said, hey, come and join us again. Y'all ain't set me up for the okie doke. No, player. No, player. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And then the first card that Nigel said is a card. I'm getting ready to share my screen here. I want to make sure y'all see what I'm seeing. The first card, after, if I could, I'm not going to say this is always going to be the case. If I could, the first card I would give will either be the Freedom Unlimited from Chase or the Freedom Flex. I would go with the Freedom Flex. But I'm going to tell you why I pulled them both up on the screen. I'm going to explain to you why I pulled both of them up on the screen. And let me get back over here to here. Now, with the Freedom Unlimited, neither one of these cards have an annual fee. You're always winning. You're winning. And the cards Nigel just mentioned, they don't have an annual fee. You will earn a $200 bonus after you spend $500. And I am over here with the Freedom Unlimited card in the first 3 months from account opening. And with the Freedom Flex, you get a low intro plus low intro APR. You get $200 after you spend $500 on either of these cards. And you get a low intro APR, 0% intro APR for 15 months. I'm not going to be repetitive. Go back and watch some of my older live streams, but I will say be careful with the 0% APR because if you don't pay it off in 15 months, the interest is retroactive from when you made the purchase. So be careful with that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This is where you have to make your choices. I would say exactly what Nigel said. I would go with the Freedom Flex. And Nigel, please feel free to jump in at any moment, man. Interrupt me. Yes, with the Freedom Unlimited card, you're going to get 5% on travel purchase through Chase Ultimate Rewards. And I am over to the left. Y'all going to keep up with me because I don't want to keep highlighting this for the sake of time. And you also get that same benefit on the Freedom Flex. So right now, these two cards are even, but with the Freedom Flex, you'll get 5% cash back on up to $1,500 in combined purchases in bonus categories like gas stations, grocery stores, and select online merchants. Right now, we're going into the fourth quarter. It is Target.com. It's online merchants. So I usually don't do a lot of online shopping. I just destroyed gas in the third quarter with my Freedom Flex card. Now, this is a cash back card. Both of these are cash back cards. Everything Nigel just talked about was cash back. We're not even talking about points and miles. However, they're going to give you this cash back in the form of ultimate reward points, which 1 cent, 1 point equal 1 cent. Now, if you have a transfer card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, or the Business Inc. Preferred, you can transfer those points over to those cards and then transfer them for travel. But right now, we're only talking about cash back. Now, you'll get 3% back on dining, including takeout. Go up a little bit here. Oh, I hate when I don't like highlighting. So I'm right here, y'all. Y'all see 3% on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services on both cards. 3% on drugstore purchases. I don't know how out of all the stuff in the world they came up with drugstore purchases, but it'll still be lucrative. I don't know how. And the difference, here's a difference. If you don't want to keep up with these 5% categories, restaurant, it was grocery stores the first quarter, restaurants the second quarter, gas stations the third quarter, online shopping the fourth quarter, then the Freedom Card would be the route to go. Now, a lot of people like it because they get 1.5% cash back on all purchases on the Freedom Unlimited card, where the Freedom Flex are only going to get 1% on all the purchases. If I had to make a choice between these two cards, I'm going to go with the Freedom Flex. Same thing that Nigel said. Let me look over here real quick. 11 real homies in the building, and I'm going to get back. Now, Nigel said the Freedom Flex. Now, did you have the Freedom Flex? I'm not sure if you do or not.
No, I was way over 524 by the time I found out about Chase, so I don't have no Chase card.
So what Nigel's talking about was just 524. So was I. It took me a while. If Chase has this rule called a 524 rule, and when you become a master of your craft and you get into this points and miles or cashback game or credit card game, if you've been approved for 5 credit cards from anybody in a 24-month period, Chase will not approve you regardless of your credit score. And Nigel's a pretty high credit score. Same here. So I would try. I'm pretty sure no one talked, like Nigel just said, before he found out about Chase, he was way over 524. Before I found out about Chase, I was way over 524. I had to do what they call garden or not apply for anything for almost a year and a half just to be able to get some Chase cards. But now you have people that are reputable, that are backing up what they're talking about, can show you their credit cards, can talk about what they've done. And I'm speaking of Nigel and myself, where you really are being educated on stuff that we weren't educated on. We found out sometimes in some form of fashion, a day late and a dollar short. So Nigel said, and then he said, now my second card, Nigel and I are going to be, boy, we are on the same page. And y'all, we didn't script this. I just called Nigel like 2 hours ago. We didn't script this. Let me, so next card is going to be my second card, or it could be my first card after the Quicksilver. I'm not putting these in any, if I had a choice, Freedom Flex would be first, Discover It would be second. So I guess I am putting this in order. Get unlimited dollar-to-dollar match. Now, what I like about this, you can get to $200 after spending $500 on the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited card in 3 months. But with Discover, they will give you unlimited cash back. And I want to read this here. This card also has, and I'm going to speed it up because I don't want to be on here forever. It also has 5% cashback bonus categories each quarter up to $1,500. Get an unlimited dollar-to-dollar match for all the cashback you earn at the end of your first year automatically. So now I'm going to spend $500 on the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited, and I'm going to get a $200 bonus, and I'm going to still get the money I'm earning, 5% here, to 3% there, to 1.5% here, so on and so forth. But with the Discover It, if I exceed that at the end of my card member year, they're going to make a deposit into my Discover account and say I've earned. Let's say if I spend $7,000, however, whether it was 5% category or 1% category, because you're only going to get a 5% category and 1% category. 5% on the bonus categories, 1% on everything else. They're going to give me the cash back, and I think that's a better deal. I also think it's easier to get approved. It's no annual fee on this card. And I'm going to read this here real quick. I'm right here. 5% cashback, earn 5% cashback on everyday purchases at different places each quarter, like Amazon.com, grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, up to the quarterly maximum when you activate. And that is $1,500 per quarter. Nigel, again, please feel free to jump in. Again, no annual fee. And I like it because you get all these different crazy card designs.
My thing with the Discover It card, and I tell everybody this, is always my disclaimer, is a lot of times when people are going to get a secured card, they look at Discover It secured, they're like, this is a great card. It's like, it sounds like the best secured card on the market. And I'll tell you, it is a great card. It's one of the best secured cards on the market. However, it can also in the back end mess you up if you're a heavy spender, being that Discover will match all of the money that you spend off of that card in the first year. So if you do a secured card and you can't have a limit over, I believe it's 5,000 with them, and then you have to put up the collateral to be able to spend that money back, you're limiting yourself to the amount that you could spend and then be able to make back on the back end. Versus if you go get a secured card for 5,000 with another company, and then you come back to Discover and you get apply for the IT card, and they give you a $10,000 or $15,000 card. Now that increases your spending ability on that card for you to be able to spend and make larger purchases at one time. Once again, of course, you're not just spending just cause or just to get that cashback match, but it definitely does help. Versus, a lot of people, their first secured card might be $200 or $500. And if you have a $200 limit, I can't even pay my light bill with a $200 limit. So, you have to really think about what can you spend off of that card to be able to get that cashback match. And if you're not spending enough money, it's not gonna be worthwhile.
Hey, man, great point, Nigel. Great point. And one thing I want to bring up while I'm thinking about it and why I have Nigel here is, and I'm going to ask Nigel, you could answer tonight. How many cards do you have, Nigel?
Right now, because I closed a few out, I think I'm sitting right at 20.
20 credit cards.
Yes.
I closed one because I didn't want to pay the annual fee. So I'm at 30 or 31.
Yeah.
And a lot of people start out with Capital One. Matter of fact, let me unshare the screen because I want me and Nigel to be on here for this portion of it. Credit cards and credit limits and points and miles and cash back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
You'll hear Nigel talk about the flagship rewards, the more rewards, the cash rewards from Navy Federal. You'll hear me talk about the platinum card, the gold, the business gold from American Express. You'll hear Nigel talk about those cards. And some people will watch us and things don't seem to be moving quick enough. And I was that dude. I used to just watch every American Express Platinum video I could watch. And I wanted one so bad. But I wanted to sprint to it. I didn't understand that there were steps. What I could say is not only watch Nigel or Rod or Credit Shifu or Credit Card Maestro or Dwayne or whoever, read articles, research. Because what you see that Rod or Nigel may have in their wallet may not be something that's good for your situation.
Yes.
I had American Airlines executive card. They raised that damn limit to $650. I'm like, I'm out. The hell, I'm flying 2-3 times a year. What the hell I need a $650 airline card? And I'm flying 3 times a year just to get into the lounge. But I had to have it because I saw it was black. It had the little old airplane and the American Airlines, and I felt like a boss those 3 times I went to the airport. But I ain't eat $200 worth of food each time. I ain't had $200 worth of drink. If I did, I would have made my flight. So, Najee, if you could elaborate on that. I mean, a lot of people, they see content creators or they see their friends, they see their family, they hear their peers talking about, yeah, man, I got the Hilton Surpass card. I'm diamond status.
The best way I could explain it is that Kevin Hart comedy skit where he said, you see the way my bank account set up? I got to check it in the savings, and I had to transfer my money. That's really how credit cards are. Is you're gonna see people, there are content creators that are making millions, and they might, pull out a Centurion card. And then when you look at the reality of it, the Centurion card has the same benefits that the regular American Express Platinum card has. And you may see that card, and that might be your gold card, and then you go and apply for it, and you get declined for it. And then you look back and you say, hold up, I wasn't finna pay that, what's it called, that high behind annual fee to have the same card, or I wasn't gonna be able to, be able to actually purchase anything once I paid for that annual fee. Or sometimes you'll look at a card and it'll be appealing, and then you might realize like, hey, I might need to carry a little balance, and that American Express Gold card got a 30% APR. That's not a good card for me to have. So you have to look at what your situation is and what card is going to be beneficial to you, what categories you spend in, all those different things. The only card that I keep that has an annual fee, it's 2 cards. One card is my Capital One Quicksilver card. I have a Quicksilver One, and that one has an annual fee. And typically when I call in, they waive the annual fee. So that's the only reason I keep that one open. And the other one is my Navy Federal Flagship, and that's because it keeps a high limit on the card, and the card has a lot of benefits. So why not keep that card open? But just typically speaking, I'm not keeping, a bunch of cards open that have high annual fees and stuff that aren't going to be beneficial to me. And I'm also not just running to get a card because someone else has it. Because like Rod says, I know I don't fly a lot. I plan on starting to fly more. But why am I going to go and book myself up for a card that has this high annual fee, and it's a flight card, or getting in the flight lounges and stuff like that, and I don't get to, actually reap the benefits of the card. That's like going and buying a flight pass for you to be able to have unlimited flights for a year, and then you never go and fly. If you know that you don't have the time to utilize it or the resources, you leave it alone.
And it makes so much sense, man. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm bringing this up for a point. I'm bringing this up, and I do want to say this here. I have Chad Money Minutes just came in the chat. I am going to drop the link in case he want to come up and give his input on this, because he is a credit card guru as well. I would love to have him as part of the Brothers of Credit as well. So I'm gonna drop the link right there. And Nigel just brought up a good point. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna bring up a good point. Nigel brought up about 15 good points. I don't know if I can remember them all. I'm getting old, and then there's a couple comments that I highlighted. Let me respond to them first. Your favorite color, so I would go with the Freedom Unlimited instead of the Freedom Flex. Why your favorite color? I'm curious to hear why. And Davis, I had a Freedom Flex, which I product changed to Freedom Unlimited after Chase automatically converted me from the old Freedom to the Freedom Unlimited. I don't know why they converted you, because it's still, you could have kept that card. But okay, I don't know why they did, because I know Credit Shift has 2 Freedom. So Nigel said he has 2 cards with annual fees. What was the first one, Nigel? Not the flagship. What was the other one?
The Quicksilver One and the Flagship.
And the flagship annual fee, correct me if I'm wrong, that's what, $49?
Yeah, 49. And
$49, y'all. I'm running around here with platinum cards for $6.95. Now I like it. I like it when I'm traveling, but I'm gonna tell you the biggest sinkhole in the credit card game. You know, we're always talking about the benefits of points a mile, but I'm gonna talk about some of these sinkholes, these black holes, these yellow hole, purple hole, whatever color you want to call it. Your ass could get caught up, and once you get some good credit, oh, it's over there. Once you get some good credit, once you get a good credit score, everybody telling you yes, and you go and watch I ain't gonna say Rob. Yeah, I ain't gonna be the culprit. I ain't gonna say Nigel. We ain't gonna be the culprit. You go watch Credit Shift or X Sebi, and they say, hey, yeah, man, the Sapphire Preferred card is the best card since sliced bread. Yeah, what? I gotta get one of them. I did it. I still have it. I'm glad I got it. Hey, the gold card. And then they start sending you stuff in the mail, and you get caught up in this trap.
Yep.
You get caught up in this trap, and you like, and Lord knows don't have a good job when you making good money because the trap get bigger. It just biting your ass because you making good money, annual fee. I don't give a damn about no annual fee, and you walking around like Conor McGregor, you know. Like you're a boss, man. It don't make sense, man. I'm telling you, because you can only use so many, and then it becomes a headache. Nigel, do you have a hard time keeping up with your credit card? Not your spend, but your like. Do you ever go to the store and look at your wallet and say, well, which one of these cards am I gonna use today?
You know, I used to do that, but I got to the point with credit cards where it's like now, and that's why I don't have any cards with annual fees. So I'm not walking around tripping of like, oh, well, I lost like 30 cents by not using this card instead of this card. Like, I just don't think about it like that so that it doesn't bother me. Like, that's what I had to think about when I started looking at cards. Like, okay, if it's a gold card, if my annual fee is $250, am I going to spend enough money off of this card and in these categories in order for it to be worthwhile for me? So like, okay, I personally don't have a gold card, but Crystal has a gold card and I'm an AU on that card. So, you know, with that being the case, you know, you have certain things like Uber Eats and stuff like that where those it waives different fees and gives you different perks that okay, now we can justify that. I'm the same way about buying things. A lot of stuff I won't buy if I can't write it off or if I can't use it in some way to, purpose and make money off of it. So that's always my thing with annual fees on cards. If I look at a card and it has, a $500 annual fee, I might say, okay, I'll get this card for a year so that I can, make $1,000 off this card. But in the second year, a lot of the times those cards tank and they're worthless. So then you might say, okay, well, I'm just go ahead and close this card. I'm gonna call and see what I can negotiate with the card issuer. But banks are also in the business of making money. They're not in the business of handing out money. So they're not gonna, just say, oh, we'll keep opening and closing cards. So you have to be cognizant of that as well. So that's kind of my thing with it is I always look at what's going to be the long-term benefit of having or not having that card before we go into opening a card. And a lot of the times now I look more towards business cards because it's like I really don't too much do like personal spending. Now my stuff is okay, how can I better my office or whatever. So like right now I'm working on remodeling this office, my at home office, and I have my office out on the beach. And so it's like that's the stuff that I'm doing. I have equipment here and stuff like that we buy, and that's more of the stuff that I'm into now rather than oh well I'm just gonna buy this or go on this trip or do that. I go to the Bahamas, I'm doing business. I'm working on the properties, I'm working on content, I'm doing so much stuff. So it's like I can justify spending this or spending that off of a business card rather than spending it off of a personal card and being able to justify stuff. I feel like makes it more better and it allows you to kind of appreciate it without letting it stress you out.
Do do I need to make a clip of what this dude just said? This dude is 23. And I'm listening. I'm a great listener. I'm multitask. I'm going through comments, but I can listen. I can't walk and chew bubble gum, but I can listen sometimes. 23, he said he working on his home office and he got an office on the beach. He ain't said office at the river or office at the swamp. He said office on the beach. Then he said when he go to the Bahamas, he working on business deals, buying properties. 23. Ain't no damn excuses in 2023 going into 2024. And he just started this year. This dude been doing this here. Like I said, I met Nas, I think, right before he turned 21 or right when he turned 21. And I was immediately attracted. And I've told him several times, I said, you remind me of me when I was younger, but you're better and you're smarter than I was. I had the same ambition, but you're better than I was and you're smarter than I was. And I've told him this several times on public live streams. I've told him this on the phone. I do want to bring up a couple of things, and I do want to show something right now. And what Nigel said, I got to go back and check my stuff, man. This is how I'm starting October with I'm not pulling them all out one by one, but this is how I'm starting October off with my wallet. I got the Freedom Flex up top, Barclays Business Advantage.
Like you got 3 gold cards over there.
Oh man, I got gold everywhere, baby.
You got the gold, the rose gold, the business gold.
See, Nigel gonna make me put it down, man. And I got the
that's about $1,000 right there.
Preferred card. I got the Freedom Unlimited card on the left. I'm running a Chase trifecta on the left, and on the right, I got the green card, the gold card, personal, the business gold, and the Advantage American. I'm only running 3 companies, y'all, right now. It's going to change before I do the video. But as of October 3rd, then, hold up, man. I don't know if Anwar in here from. And your boy is also running the quad factor because they're that platinum card. You see that platinum card seeping up out of there? It's in the cut. I got it in a secret compartment.
You got the Schwab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So what I'm saying here is Nigel got me really thinking, do I need all this ish? I mean, I have reasons why I have them, but do I really need it all? Do I really need all this, man? And why do I have most of these cards? I have reasons for having them. I had to develop some reasons. When I first got them, I just got them because everybody else was getting them. But I developed reasons over time. And I got to read some of these comments. Hold up real quick. Now, Nigel, when you have to go, man, let me know. I got to go back up to Why Love to Motivate. Says facts. I have 2 annual fee cards. I'm the only one who can count the money in my pockets. Facts. I have 2 annual fee cards. I'm the only one who can count the money in my pockets, which I would try to do what others do. I'm a leader, not a follower. Now, wish I would. I got to say this like she's saying it. I wish I would try to do what others doing. I'm a leader, not a follower. I do what works best for me. That's what we're saying, man. You got to do what works best for you. And Chad did say he's at work or he would join us. I hate you at work. I have some cards I want to get rid of. I don't use them, but hey, if they have no annual fee, don't get rid of them. Why love some motivate? If they have no annual fee, do not get rid of it. If they have an annual fee, get rid of it. If they don't have an annual fee, continue to build your AAOA, which is your average age of accounts. Now, I got a question for you with that comment. Do you have a card that you just absolutely hate? That you still have? You still have it, but you can't stand it.
My legal counsel has told me not to speak on that.
Okay, never mind. Y'all hear how smart you do here? Because I've been one.
I'll give you a hint. It's one of my annual fee cards.
Say no more, my brother. Say no more. Devin says, I love the flagship card for travel. I recently used a TSA credit. I have really high limit on that card. And that's what Nigel was just saying. Your favorite couple chose the Freedom Unlimited over the Freedom Flex because they don't want to worry about the rotating categories, which is a great point. That's why I pulled up both cards at once. There's one other card that I'm going to mention. Why loves motivate said great points at Nigel Schroeder, and she said, "Tell him and Nigel Schroeder, hey, JS Adventures, what's going on? Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I love that. I love that. Now, there's a third card. Nigel said the Flex. Now he said name before. He said the Freedom Flex from Chase. The Discovery. What was your third card, Nigel?
The Everyday Blue, the Amex.
Amex Everyday Blue card. I have the now. I have the Everyday Preferred. Well, I have it, but I don't have it. I can't find it, but I have it. I have an account, but I can't find the damn card. Y'all, I lost my PayPal card. I'm losing cards left and right.
Hey,
So
I ain't gonna say what bank, but I got a card, a secured card that I opened a few years ago that I've never received.
man, I got a couple like that, dude. I got a PayPal debit card. I'm still waiting on it, man. I'm glad I ain't got no money. I got a little bit, but so. And before I go any further, I do want to acknowledge my main man, Terry. I ain't seen you in a while. Terry is notary and Apostle Services LLC. I want to thank you. He says, salute, Rod. I hope all is well with you, brother, man. I ain't seen in a long time. This dude here, he been rocking with me for a while. I want to take the time to thank you for that. Hold up, man. I got to get over here. I got to get Thurston. Thurston over here sleep someday. I'm where he had nothing to say all night. If y'all want to keep Thurston employed, because I'm about to fire him, you might want to super chat. And I want to thank you for that $5. What?
Super chat.
One more time.
Super chat.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Glad to see you in the building. Damn, Naj, I had a question for. Oh yeah, hell, I forgot the damn question now, man. I see money. You know how it is.
You see I know money. We was talking about the cards that never appear.
Hold up, Nigel. I guess I'm gonna forget again because we got another one, man. And I want to thank Why Loves to Motivate, man. Y'all showing love and here for that $10.
Super chat.
One more time.
Super chat.
One more time for the people in the middle.
Super chat.
All right, baby. Anyway, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I take a break, when I ain't on here, just like Nigel's been on break for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm telling y'all, man, don't sleep on Nigel. His slogan is don't sleep on the money, but I'm telling you, don't sleep on Nigel. So when you got two brothers like Rod and Nigel that take a break, and Nigel took a longer break than me. I ain't do none the last week and a half of September, boy. I was chilling. I wasn't really chilling. I'm gonna quit lying. I was going through some mental anguish. I was thinking about some things. But boy, when I pop my ass back up, stand by. And Nigel been on a longer break than me. Nigel once told me he has enough. I don't know if he got it next to him. And I ain't gonna ask him to do this because we did this last year. Nigel got a book this big full of content with like 600-800 videos ready to pop. 800 videos.
It's in the room. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it.
Here go mine. It ain't even got all the pages for
that. Hey, Rod, you know what's crazy though?
What's that, right?
I said I was surprised. I didn't get cussed out for this, but I actually recently had somebody digitize it.
What? They digitize it?
So yeah, I got it digitized in Trello now. Not the whole thing, but a bunch of times. I got probably like 200 of them over the Trello, and I say, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get told off for that one. With I'm trying to make a smooth workflow where it goes straight from my brain into Trello, into Canva for the thumbnail, and then I record the video, put it out. I've been working on my back office, and so we sat down and we did a bunch of them, and it was like I was like, oh Lord, yeah, this is a lot.
I ain't gonna keep you on here but a few more minutes. I see you over there wiping your eyes, man. I don't want you to get sleepy on me. And I got to show love to Art of Andre Smith, man. That avatar that y'all see up here at the top. That lion in the background, not the whole logo, but the lion in the background and the lion that's in the background on my Points Blank Network logo. Andre Smith actually created that NFT. It's called non-fungible token. That's an NFT. and I purchased it. As soon as I saw it, I purchased it. He is an artist out of the DMV area. Andre, let people know where you're at, man. Please let people know where you are. And he is setting up booths around the DMV area. Wonderful artist, very creative. Andre, hopefully you're still in here. Let everyone know where you are and where they can find you. And involving with Etta, yo, this is my sister Nigel, man. I went on a cruise back. Matter of fact, I'm rocking my shirt today from the Media Night cruise. I went on a cruise.
Yeah, I remember that because I was in the Bahamas, but we was on different islands.
yeah, man. And I got a chance to hang out involved with Etta, and she looked out for me. Her and Elevate with Verb, and they looked out for me every day. It was my first cruise, so they thought I was gonna get lost. And Devin said I had that happen started with BOV, Bank of America, almost 17 years ago when I didn't receive my card. Yeah, man. They will lose your stuff. And Devin, I want to thank you for your 26 months of membership. 26 months. Damn, I've been doing this that long. Damn. I don't even remember when I made memberships. Earlier today, I got 2 credit limit increases, CLI's credit limit increase, and a week or 2 ago, I got approved for 2 credit cards. Which 2 credit cards? Let us know. And my sister's showing the love and the praying hands, man. Yeah, she looked out for me. And one of the saddest moments, the saddest, because it was only one. The saddest moment of the cruise is I hung out with Etta and her sister, Loretta, departing the ship for as long as I could, because I'm very impatient. And we was disembarking is what they call it. I'm calling it departing. I was leaving the damn ship. They call it disembarking. And I did not want to leave, man. I did not want to leave. And every day though, she was like, Rod, you okay? Rod, you good? Anybody, Rod, where's Rod? Blah, blah, blah. So, hey, man. So I got one last card. Now we already talked about. Nigel said the Discover It, Freedom Flex, and I don't know why I can't remember this third card. What was the third card?
MX, the Everyday Blue.
And I'm okay. So Nigel and I rarely disagree, but I'm gonna disagree on that. I'm gonna tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. I had the Everyday Blue card. I had the Everyday Blue Preferred card. The only reason, man. You get cash back and you get a good multiplier. 3 times the points with the everyday card at grocery store, 6 times the points. 6 times the points with the preferred card. I ain't even worried about transfer. No, I mean 6 times, 6%. Ain't no points. 3% cash back and 6% cash back. But you can't move the cash. You only get a statement credit.
Yep.
But I did it because I wanted to be an American Express. So don't let that. I would go with Nigel. So I ain't totally disagreeing with it. Get in the ecosystem.
That's why I said it, because it's a gateway card. But you can also use a green card for that.
Get in the system. So I got to go back. I got to retract my statement. Get in the ecosystem. Get in the gateway or whatever Nigel just said. Some big ass teacher, philosophical ass word he just said. Get in the gateway. But keep in mind, it's only where you can get a statement credit. I'm going to pull up my third card, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to pull up, and if Nigel need me to pull up any cards, I will. I'm going to pull up my third card. Boy, this is a sleeper card. This card here is such a sleeper, man. People don't even know about this damn card. Hold up. Well, I might not be pulling up.
Is that not the red one? What is that one called?
Hold up, Nigel. I might not be pulling up nothing, man. My dang on. Is my computer too hot? Oh, what a damn thing. Now, it ain't the red card. You want to guess a couple more times? I'm going to get 19 real homies in the crib. This is the third card. What we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're just tapping in. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm saying it's an American Express card, right?
Nope. When we're talking about which card would I get after my Capital One Quicksilver card, you just starting to build your credit,
Not
or you're
Fidelity.
rebuilding your credit. They approved you for the Capital One Quicksilver. You'd have made 6 to 9 months of credit. I just got a text, so I gotta read
I'm
this.
trying to think. Can't be Fidelity. Cause they go one a little bit more time. Is it the Bank of America?
I like that
eh,
one. I like that customized cash reward, but no, man.
mm,
All right, now
no.
you done shot your shot, baby. You done shot your shot. Let me go come
Yeah.
out with it. Let me go come out with it. The City
Any custom cash.
custom cash card.
I'm not a big City fan, so I would have never guessed that one.
I ain't either. But I'll tell you why I am. Here it is, baby. Right there, living flesh. Right. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Custom cash.
Yeah, because the double cash is a decent one too.
Now I got the double cash. But I'm gonna tell you what I would like about the double cash in a minute, because you ain't gonna throw me off now. Now you try to confuse me right now, man. Say what these young whippersnappers have your mind all over the place, man. And that double cash is good. I'm gonna tell you what I would do instead of the double cash. Y'all, I gotta hold it. Here, let me write that down. DC and had to write some initials down.
I'm not a fan of it because you have to pay it before it give you the cash back. But
you hit the nail on the head.
yeah.
So you can get 5% cash back on your top eligible spend categories up to $500 spent in each billing cycle, which $500 each billing cycle, 3 billing cycles is $1,500 because you get 3 billing cycles in a quarter. Now, here are your categories. It's going to be hard for y'all to read. I'm just going to show you where I am. Your 5% category: restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select travel, select transit, select streaming services, drugstores, home improvement store, fitness clubs, libraries. You don't have to change nothing. They don't pick it, you pick it. They don't pick it, you pick it. And you ain't got to say, well, like me, I'm a little methodical. I say, okay, I'm just going to only use this card at gas stations this month. I'm only going to use this card at grocery stores this month. But you can use this card. This is the only, you only got this in the Quicksilver card. I'm just going to use this card all over the place. And whichever one comes out to my top eligible spend category, I'm getting 5% cash back. And then everything else, I'm getting 1% cash back. I like it because you control your destiny. That's what I like about this. With the other two cards that Nigel and I talk about, Freedom Flex and Discover and Chase control your destiny. With the City Custom Cash, you control your own destiny. That's why I like that card. Now, Nigel done tried to whoop. Man, I didn't know your listener said he was going to catch the replay, but he's still up in here. All right. So, City Double Cash. Now, just going to blow your mind. I have that card. I rarely use it. If you are a Rod or a Nigel, or an individual that try your best to pay your bills in full each month, it's a great card. You get 1% cash back when you make the purchase, 1% cash back when you pay for the purchase. But if you run into a roadblock, you're looking at 1% and then over time. I'm going to tell y'all a sleeper card, and I ain't got it because I can't find it. I got it, but I can't find it. Probably my replacement's probably in the mailbox. I got to check after this live. You know a sleeper card that's good now? I don't know if you got this card or not. You know a card that I'm really in love with? PayPal.
PayPal, yeah.
2% cash back on everything. And if you purchase it with PayPal, 3% cash back, which I don't do purchases with PayPal.
Yeah, I
got crypto with PayPal. It's my one of my travel accounts now. I love that card. I like it better than the double cash.
Yeah, I had the PayPal. Another one that we didn't talk about, and I don't really talk about because, like I said, certain cards don't appear. But U.S. Bank, those altitude cards. I was thinking those too.
That's a good card. I used to want that card. I don't know. It was something that stopped me, and I can't remember because this was a couple of years ago when I was going crazy. because I have the US Bank Cash Plus card, but it was something about the regular altitude, the high, the premium, or the altitude go.
I'm trying to
They're
think.
red card, the altitude go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the altitude go. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get that one. I think because I was more in the points and miles then, because that's a great card.
Yeah.
Now, man, let me ask you a question. What do you think about the built credit card?
All right. You know, I was it called. I've been looking at all
Okay,
the new cards.
okay. My bad. Devin said I got both PayPal, Mastercard because they pumping that card up, and I
You
want
say it's
it, but
called the built card, BUILT?
no, BILT.
BILT. You know, I think I got an email about that. And what's it called? This one. Yes. Okay, yeah, I've seen this card. Um,
The, the
okay,
the
so
gurus are saying it's the best card on the market right now.
I wouldn't say it's the best card on the market,
They saying it. I ain't got it, so I can't say it. But that's what they say. One of the
but
best.
I could see the advantage and disadvantage to this. Now, for me, here's my disadvantage.
I'm gonna give you a half a second now. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
As a homeowner, I feel like the power of the card is kind of sucked out of you because as a homeowner, when you're talking about being able to pay your rent and get the transaction fee waived, for me, from a personal perspective, it's not beneficial because I have a mortgage, so I can't pay my mortgage and then get that transaction fee waived, especially being that my house is a owner finance deal. So having an owner finance deal, I'm not paying a bank, I'm not paying through card or anything like that. I'm paying cash. So for me, that's my big downfall on it when we're talking about rent. Now, 2 times points on travel. I have cards that have 3 times and 5 times points on travel. So once again, not a big thing for me. Same thing with 3 times on dining. I can use my more rewards card that I already have. So for myself personally, with what I'm looking at, reading up on this card, because like I said, I got an email about it before, but I never really looked in depth on it. Um, the trip cancellation, that's a really good option there. The trip delay reimbursement. But these are all things that you can find on other credit cards. I feel like a lot of the times there are things that are offered through different card holders and we kind of overlook them. Like Navy Federal has the auto rental damage collision rate waiver. They have the no foreign currency conversion fee. The lift credits. I forget which card that is. I can't think off the top of my head. I want to say it's Chase that I don't that has a card that gives lift credits. Um and so for myself personally, when I'm sitting here reading through all the different fees and things, um, and I can see what all is offered on this card. If you're renting and you're in an apartment complex, I can see where this could be extremely beneficial to be able to save that that fee every single month when you're trying to pay your rent. But if you're someone who owns a home, and you're not paying through a bank or anything like that, I don't think that this will be as as beneficial to you. The other thing um that I was just looking at is it looks like they take highest um your 5 highest transactions for points, which once again would make sense if you're talking about rent because that's going to be probably one of your highest transactions. But I just think about it from the perspective of someone who's doing business. If I'm doing volume and I have a high spend month, I might have to spend out, $2,000-3,000 multiple times a month, and it might be more than my rent or my mortgage And now if I spend that out and I'm not getting any more benefits for it at that point, I don't see where that's going to be beneficial either. So
You bring up some good points, man, and that maybe that's one because my biggest reason I didn't get it is because I don't trust a third party to pay my rent or whatever. What if they're late? I've heard a couple people had horror stories behind that, so I didn't take that route. I decided just to not get the card. Um, One thing I did want to ask, I noticed you don't. I know you have the Navy Federal plethora of cards, but you really don't deal with a lot of points and miles cards, huh?
mm-mm. I'm
You're
gonna
more
tell you
cash.
why. I'll be honest. For one, I was always a cash guy. For two, for a long time, I was scared of planes, so I wasn't into flying and stuff like that. Um, and then three, I just didn't understand it. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I started watching videos and they're talking about MR points and UR points and this and that, and I'm like, look, I don't understand all this. I understand money. I know what 2% is. I know what 5% is. But when you come to me and you talk about, oh, and you can redeem and you can flip these points into this and blah blah blah, blah. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't understand what the hell is going on. That's me. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, so I'm not gonna involve myself in. I'm a person that I'm not afraid to say like, oh, I don't know this or I don't understand this or I don't understand that. Now I understand that stuff, but it more boils into okay, like with Chase, I'm one of those people, and it's kind of like a principle thing. But like when it comes to Chase, they didn't, take me before, and then now I get credit from another bank. Then all these other banks give me credit. Why am I gonna go and run back to you to get into your ecosystem? So for me, it's like there's so many other cards I can use outside of a Chase card, and it's crazy because I bank with Chase. My personal bank is with Chase. I had a business account with Chase for a long time. And my personal bankers with Chase, they know me on a first name basis. If I walk into the bank, they know, hey Nigel, how you doing? Blah blah blah, because that's where my money's at. But I don't use them for my my credit cards because when I went to apply for a card with them, they didn't give me an opportunity. So it's like, why am I gonna? So that's just kind of how I deal with that. And I know it's also weird because I hadn't even disclosed that on my channel. So a lot of people didn't know that because I've always banked with Navy Federal and used my Navy Federal credit cards. But I did switch over to Chase as my primary bank. I still do use Navy Federal primarily for my credit cards. I still pay all of my bills out of Navy Federal. I transfer my money from Chase to Navy Federal and handle stuff that way. But it's a way for me to, safeguard my money, for me to watch my spending, know what's coming in, know what's going out, as well as it also waives that monthly fee for Chase just because my check does direct deposit into them. So I always look at stuff from what ways I can save money, even if it's a small amount, what's convenient. So, okay, when I'm traveling, if I am in a different country, I'm going to use my Navy Federal credit cards to make transactions and stuff like that because there's no foreign transaction fees. However, when I'm in the US and I need access to my money, now I have my Chase and my TD accounts. My Chase account allows me to be able to, pull up to a bank. My Chase is like 3 minutes away from my house, whereas Navy Federal is a 45-minute drive. So and there's more Chases. There's like 5 Chases between here and that next Navy Federal. And the same thing with TD. If I need to do a business deal on a weekend, and I need access to my money to be able to go in the bank and get something, I can't walk in Navy Federal on a Sunday afternoon and say, hey, I need, $5,000. It doesn't work like that. They're not open. So, that's the type of stuff. And also with wiring funds. Once I started doing stuff internationally, it really made me look harder at banking with a credit union primarily because, if I want to send money even to my foreign bank account, it's a pain in the butt to do it from a credit union and try and use all these Swift codes and stuff. and then I'm still learning. Then you mess up one little tiny thing, and oh, it's fraud. They're shipping money back. They're charging you fees, all type of stuff. So, I'm a person that I like to make sure that, like I said, I completely understand what's going on, and so that's why I wasn't really into the the points and miles, because I said, okay, that I don't understand. I'm thinking, okay, if I got 500 miles, I could take a flight that's 500 miles away and I'm good. And then I look at the thing, 500 miles, that's $5. Oh, I ain't going nowhere. I can't take a walk down the street.
You you're right. And when it comes to international travel, like one of the things that I'm gearing up, I know I have a special guest coming in this weekend, and I'm going to be traveling through the holidays, and I'm looking at some international travel. One of the things I'm moving, obviously, I use points and miles to get where I'm going. I use points and miles to stay once I get to my destination. But one of the things that I'm looking at in my cards have, I methodically look at the cards that have no foreign transaction fee. And in case you don't know what that is, foreign transaction fee is 3% of your purchase. If you go make a purchase and your card charges foreign transaction fees, you're going to get charged 3% on top of the purchase. And like Nigel said, wire transfers, bank. One of the things I'm looking at now, and I have a card, I had a card, and they're in the midst of changing banks right now. Um, is I'm using cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin. And the whole reason behind that was to be able to transfer money lightning fast, and get your money and make transactions. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. Hold on, I got to see what Chad said. And Devin says he posted it twice. So I got pre-approved for the personal Sam Club MasterCard and the stolen business credit card. Congratulations, man. I recently learned with Navy Federal that they won't let you cash checks. You know about that, Nigel?
um with Navy Federal. Yeah, okay. So it was a big thing with because Navy Federal, not that they won't let you cash checks, but it was a big issue with Navy Federal. People were doing a lot of fraud with Navy Federal. And so they've got more strict about cashing checks and who's cashing checks and all that type of stuff. So there's certain checks that they won't cash. There's certain checks that they make you deposit and they'll clear a certain amount of money. They um they made the numbers smaller for what they will clear instantly. So like I know for instance, we got a check this year, and this wasn't even Navy Federal. This is any bank. If you go to any bank and you want to cash a check more than $20,000, typically you have to call in advance in order for them to order the funds and have everything together for them to be able to do that transaction. So, there's so many factors when it comes to cashing the check. Can they verify the check? Does the person bank with the same bank as you? There's so many things with that. I get hit a lot of the times because, like I said, I have multiple bank accounts, and so the IRS, of course, is watching every little individual move, and the banks have to be cognizant of that because the IRS is going to hit them if you're doing something wrong. So, there's a lot of the times where I will um send money to one of my accounts from another account, and then when I do that, I've been flagged where like I couldn't even Zelle money to my own account for months. Like, so Chase blocked me, so I couldn't Zelle money to my Navy Federal account. So then I had to wait for that block to fall off to be able to do it, and it's just like automatic block. So because there's so much fraudulent activity that happens, especially in the United States, it makes it hard. Whereas, I have my bank account in the Bahamas where I can send money and the money's just gonna go boom wherever I put in that number, that account number is gonna ship it right over to that account, and I can use that card instantly. Now, one thing that I learned too for those of you who are doing international business, because sometimes you might say, "Oh, I don't want to pay wire fees or deal with wire transfer, blah blah blah. Well, I didn't even think about this, but I Western Union my contractor some money because I didn't want to wire it. I wanted him to be able to get it instantly. When I Western Union the money, he went to go pick it up and he's like, "Hey, by chance, can you cancel that and Western Union it to me in 4 payments instead of one?" And to a lot of people, that sounds sketchy. To me, even it sounds sketchy. However, what it is when you're dealing with smaller countries, like the Bahamas, they don't have that amount of money on hand in the places that take Western Union. So they have to then order that money from the bank to be able to clear you out. And so it can take more time than just wiring the money. So you have to be, conscious of that type of stuff as well. So, in that situation, and I think it wasn't even anything crazy. I think it was like $1,000. And I ended up having to he ended up having to call them, have them call somebody from the bank, get the money sent over that morning, and he had to go and be one of the first people there in the morning so that the money wasn't already taken by the time he got there. So it's all in doing business and banking.
Wow. See, now that's what I'm talking about, man. Like wiring money and all that. That's why I'm moving some of my money up, well, not some, a good deal over probably 30% over the crypto. Uh, is because I want to be able to move money and be here or there or there. And I had this perfect setup, and then this company had a problem with the bank. But hey, man, I
Now
want
you
to read
got
this
countries
here.
banning crypto, so
Huh?
that's a pain. I said a lot of countries now are banning crypto, or they're
Yeah.
making it hard to cash out your crypto wallets and
While you're in
all
that
types of
country, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's all tricky.
yeah, it is. And I mean, like how you said, 30% isn't a bad number. You can afford to lose it. But then on the other hand, for the people who are watching us who can't afford to lose, you know,
I always tell people don't invest a dollar you can't afford to lose. I'm not a
yeah,
financial
you talk
advisor.
about
Make sure
going into
you do your
crypto
own
and then
research before investing any of your hard-earned money. And what I typically do before I travel is I'll sell the crypto.
Mhm.
I'll sell the crypto and I'll put the profits. I won't sell it all, but I'll sell the profits and I'll put it on my travel credit cards, my platinum card, my gold card, my business gold card, whatever I'm doing. Uh, Now, I want to read this here, Nigel.
Yeah.
Chad's Money Minute. Chad, which I hope you're still in here. What was I know you're a huge on American Express, and it could be Chase, it could be Capital One, it could be anyone. Chad, Chad, Nigel, this brother here is dope, man. Check him out. He's dope. He just redeemed 476,000 points for $22,000 anniversary trip for me and the wife. And I've seen Chad's videos, and when he said this, he ain't playing.
Yeah.
Chad, which credit card currency was it? Was it Amex American Express Membership Rewards? Was it Odin Reward? Because we got to get Nigel on these points somehow. Nigel said, and he understand them now. Man, Nigel could teach points in miles. He over here talking, he don't understand. He could teach points in miles.
No, I'm saying like back when I started, that's why I didn't get into it.
Yeah, man, I want to know. And Chad may be gone. Y'all, we've been on here an hour and 19 minutes. I'm going to be on here no more than another 10, 11 minutes because I'm trying not to have my live streams go longer than an hour and a half. And it is an honor to have the incomparable, the knowledgeable, the young phenom, Nigel Shorter on the channel with me. It is an honor and a pleasure. Devin says, I also learned with cash and checks, some banks will only set you cash up to the
Yes,
amount
that's true.
you have in your account, even though you're not with. Yeah, because it could be a hot check. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I went to a bank one time and I won't disclose the name of the bank due to advice from my counsel. However, I went to a bank one time, and as I said, well, as Rod said, I'm a teacher, and I had just got a new job teaching in a new district, and I'm going to cash my check, and because I didn't have direct deposit, I went to go cash my check, and the lady looked at me and said, "I'm so sorry, but you'll have to take this to the bank the school board banks with, and call the school board and have them verify it, because we were informed." This is a bank that I used to bank with. We were informed not to cash payroll checks from young black guys.
What?
And I'm like, oh, so we just don't have jobs, huh? But it was so much scamming going on, and it was young black guys, that they said the bank had literally informed all their employees that they were not allowed to cash payroll checks from young black guys. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll take my job having self to the bank that my job banks with, so that I can get my money and not have to wait until next week, because it was a Friday afternoon.
Well, Devin, I have a question for you, Devin. I have a question. Why don't you enroll in direct deposit for Devin? I mean, if Navy Federal don't cash check, he'll send a direct deposit to him. I mean, it's a simple fix. It's not a hard fix. But god dang, now over here talking about, okay, hey, we got a young black man on aisle 55 on cashier 5. We can't take any checks from a young black guy on aisle. Teller 5. We got a young black man coming in.
And the crazy thing is, it was a black teller. It was a black lady that was a teller, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I cannot believe this.
Hey man, that is bananas. Hold up, man. Hey, Chad said it was. I gotta go back up to this comment, and then I want to come back to what Nigel was saying, because that's bananas. I went away, and I got it, y'all. Hey man, I done lost a comment. Yeah, Chad said he just redeemed 476,000 points for a $22,000 anniversary for him and the wifey. Now my battery want to start flashing, but I'm ready. And then I asked him, what was it? He said it was a combo of Chase, Hyatt, Marriott, and a split splash of Amex. What's my favorite word? Options, baby. You got to have options.
Oh yeah.
$22,000 anniversary. And when he said he redeemed these points, y'all, in case you don't know, let me decipher this for y'all. Let me get close to the camera. I want y'all to make sure y'all can hear me. When he said he redeemed, it means it was free. FREE. Get your wife or get your husband, and you got some points and miles, and you take them on a $22,000 vacation. You ain't got to tell them it was free, though. You ain't got to tell them all that. Don't tell them it was free. Just take them there. I ain't got to talk about the money. All my life. I'm like Joseph right now, boy. Anyway, man. And while I was motivated, saying wow to what Nigel was saying, that they wouldn't cash his check because he was a young black man, and said, damn, we got Meet and I in the building. What's up, Nigel and PBT? Peace to the chat. First time I've been able to comment, but we had you running, and my camera gonna die in a minute. And when it do, I just Meet and I remember. I don't know why it used to didn't work. Now it worked. 21 months, part of the alliance. Channel members, man, much love to y'all. I was wondering, hey, Yolanda and Devin. Oh, man. Hey, Meet and I. Oh, they got the championship belt. Woo! I'm like Ric Flair. YFC got a championship belt. Devin had 26. Meet and I got 21. But your favorite couple came out with 31 months of channel membership. Man, I got to do something for the members. Man. I just got a text. That shit got me cracking up. Oh man. Oh man.
You know,
Everybody.
Rod, not now being that the case is already sealed up on that, and she already went to jail. The whole thing behind that, it was an Asian girl
Ooh,
went and
we.
worked for a construction company, got it in their accounting
I'm just
department.
changing my battery now. Just keep talking. I hear you though. I hear you.
Yeah,
It
so
was an Asian girl.
she gets in the accounting department. So you know she does all their payroll and checks and stuff like that. She takes their checks with their routing number and account number, duplicates them, puts the company name on them, and goes to a bunch of young black guys and puts their name in on these company checks, printing them out of what's it called? Printing them out of QuickBooks just as if she were working for the company in a copy that she made. Printing all these checks out, giving them to these guys, having them go and cash the checks, and they splitting the money. They ended up catching her, and I think she ended up getting caught up with like $1 million. They had like a year in jail because it's white collar crime.
A
But then
year.
what's it called? Because of this, I can't pay cash a check when I actually went to work all week.
Not. Not. I'm halfway across my house. Did you say $1 million in a year in jail?
Yep.
Did they get the money back, or she got to keep the money?
She had to keep the money. That's what's it called. It's white collar crime. That's how they do. You have to pay a little portion in restitution or whatever. But
I ain't gonna say this on. I ain't gonna. Lord knows, I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking right now. I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking right now, boy. I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking right now. I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking right now. So I just want to. I want to reiterate this here. Y'all read between the lines. She got $1 million and went to jail for a year. Did she go to federal jail or real jail?
she went to federal.
Oh Lord, that's even worse. I mean, better. Okay, so you're in there playing tennis and racquetball.
Yeah, she wolf on Wall Street. Them basically.
You're in there playing tennis and racquetball and shooting pool, and you get to keep
Yeah. And the thing about it is, it goes back to once again. That's what they caught her with. Um,
ooh,
just like
ooh, ooh.
look at Bandman Kevo. Bandman Kevo did basically the same thing essentially.
Ooh, she might have had 4 million.
And with Bandman Kevo, he did, I think it was 31 months or something like that.
I wonder, man. Here, I'm coming back. I wonder, did she have a big Betty in her cell with her? Big Betty. I
No,
wonder.
she came out unscathed.
God dang, man. I ain't gonna try that though, Cole. My luck, it wouldn't work out
No,
like that. It wouldn't work
see,
out like that.
I can't do felonies because I like what's it called? I like going to the gun range. So
Me too. I ain't been in a while. I supposed to be going during this upcoming visit. I know we had mentioned it. I hate you just brought that up, dude, because now I'm gonna be committed to it. But yeah, man. I had a dream the other night, man. Somebody would break it in, and I couldn't remember how to shoot my gun. So I need to go, man. We ain't gonna talk about that much over here. Same OG.
oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, I be looking at that stuff and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, that situation was crazy because it's something that happens all the time now. And of course, majority of people who work for the banks and stuff, they're not going to tell you the exact ins and outs as to why they can't cash this and why they can't do this or do that. And then one person can do it and the next person can't. And I went to a bank one time and I took my dog in there as a Frenchie. And the lady was talking about, oh, we have to verify check and this and that. And I said, okay, well, let me go get my dog out the car because I left her in the car. I had the AC running, but I was like, I don't want to leave my dog outside. Somebody might try and steal her. I bring her inside. If I can find my old phone, I got pictures of the bank tellers in the bank holding my dog, taking pictures with her, all type of mess. And they went right ahead and approved the check without even calling to verify it.
That what I be tripping on credit card. Now you go to 7-Eleven, man, they don't ask for no ID, they don't look at no signature. You can go in there and get somebody a car and get $30 worth of gas, $17 worth of service, $15 worth of cigarettes, a couple of Swisher sweets, some popcorn, some Dorito, walk out of there with $200 worth of ish, and don't nobody check nothing. But hey, Devin, I got a question. Devin.
That's America for you.
Devin, I got a question for you, Devin. We got 12 real homies in the crib. And I'm a process type of dude, man. I'm a process type of dude, and I just got to ask you this question, and I don't want to get too complicated. You have direct deposit with Wells Fargo from you getting your Social Security disability. Makes sense. But you don't do it on other accounts because you're unemployed. Devin, I got a question for you, Devin, from the hood. I got a question from all the people in the hood. You mean the other accounts that you get because you unemployed, they send you money in the form of a check so they can track it and don't pay you cash? Devin, you got to clear this up. Devin, you got to elaborate, brother. You got to elaborate because this here ain't this 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 right here on this one. 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. I don't do it on other accounts because I'm unemployed. Well, David, if you get money and they call that income, you are employed. You may not
in the form of disbursements or dividends.
You may not have filled out an application, but if you're receiving money, it is considered income, whether you want to call yourself employed, unemployed, between employed, somewhat employed, kind of employed. Debbie, you got to make that make sense to me, man. I'm sorry, dog. It ain't making sense to me, man. It ain't making sense. It ain't making sense.
Maybe she sent him a check.
Well, okay. But he said, well, damn, your auntie, send a money order. Send a money order. Do they even, I don't even know. Do they even, do they even do money orders anymore? I ain't seen
they do money orders and cashier checks.
I ain't seen the money order in about 15 years, man. I ain't seen money order. Do they even do money orders?
It's bad to say, but I feel like money orders was just a way to, what's it called, take advantage of poor people who couldn't get bank accounts.
And charging them 99 cents.
Yep. Think about it. You make $1 off of every broke person in America. That's a lot of dollars.
I did it one time on a ship, man. When I was in the Navy, I went around, I said, man, I want me a candy bar. And back then in the Navy, a candy bar was 50 cents. I said, I'm just going to walk around and ask me 5 people for a dime. Do y'all know in about 6 minutes I had me 50 cents? I would have bought me a candy bar. Hey, man, you got a dime on you, dog? I don't need a quarter on that. Just need a dime. No, I ain't. But then what's so funny, I ain't got no dime, right? I got a quarter, man. All right, man, I'll bring you some change back later. There wasn't no damn later. I'm just saying, man. Nah, I just got a good point, man. If you get 99 cents off every broke person in America that has bad credit, challenge credit, whatever we want to call it, that can't get a bank account, you making a killing.
Yeah. Look at the payday loan places.
Woo, I was just thinking about that, man. They over there, car title loan. They don't even know what they're going to do with them regular ass cars. They just go over there and give them.
They don't even want the car.
They don't even want it, dog. They don't even want it. They don't even want it.
They don't even want the car.
they just go over there.
They just do it just because.
We're going to come get that damn car if you don't pay that $755 this month. We're going to come get it. And that, but that's all those people have.
Hey, you know what's messed up? They give them 120 days before they come pick up the car because they really don't want the car.
No, they don't. They don't, man. They don't want that damn car.
I'm gonna give you 4 months to come up with $300 before I come take your car.
Yeah,
It don't even make sense.
They don't want that car, man. They just tell them people that to scare them. Because that's all the transportation they got. The headlight busted out, the front light got a mash tape on it. Sunroof don't work.
Man, that's horrible.
Man, I'm telling y'all, man, all jokes aside, man, in 2024, I know it's 2023, we got to quit putting ourselves in bad positions, man. And sometimes we can't help it, y'all. Sometimes we can't help it, man. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I've been going through lately, and I'm going to talk to y'all right now. I'm going to talk to y'all. This is more of a Members Only Live, but I'm going to talk to y'all right now. Sometimes we have to pretend. Lately, since I ain't got no job other than YouTube, I'm like Tommy Martin. I've been pretending that I'm broke. And I'm pretending so damn good that I'm starting to believe the shit. Excuse my language, but I'm starting to believe it. I'm like, I'm broke, y'all. I wake up, I go outside, I'm down in the dumps. I don't go to none of my bank accounts. I just pretend I'm broke. Some days it get me down, some days it lift me up. But I was watching a live stream the other night. Anwar and Meat from Meat and I interviewed Devo Bives. And this man, he said some things that really resonated with me. You got to dig deep when times are hard. You got to dig deep when things ain't going right. You got to dig deep. Y'all, the day before, and I can tell you why I love to motivate she will attest to this. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to have no conversation. I didn't want to text nobody. I didn't want to do nothing. But that interview that Anwar and Meat had with Devo Vibes, it took me to another level. That's why I'm here tonight. I was like, whoa, man, I'm over here complaining because I'm not motivated. And this man said he's a survivor, but he's continuously fighting. He went through chemo. He's going through radiation. He had a bump on his breast. The only man I know that ever had breast cancer. He had a bump on his breast that started itching. And I'm listening to this, and I'm not commenting. I'm in a live stream. I'm not commenting. I'm not doing no bunch of typing, no bunch of hays and hellos. I ain't doing none of that. I'm listening. And he's sitting up here, he's telling us about it. He's talking about getting a mammogram if you're a male. You got to go back and watch the Meat and I live stream. I can't tell you all of it because I wasn't sitting there listening to repeat it. I was absorbing the information for myself. I ain't gonna lie, I was selfish on this one. I was selfish.
Got to be
sometimes. And Nigel, what they did in this, I needed to hear at that moment. I didn't know I needed to. And while I love to motivate her, and I were on the phone, and she was saying everything she could possibly say to motivate. I'm telling y'all, man, the blessings. And right now, I'm looking at this young man right here. I gotta go. And Nigel, say whatever you want to say. I'm gonna go through these comments, man. Oh, see, Nigel, see, thank you, son. Thank you, son. Gun range it is. see. Davis, I don't get unemployment. I'm so curious, man. Okay. Chumbe, my man Chumbe said, hello, my friend, long time. Happy to see you both of you giving us great credit information. You know it's my main man, Nigel Schroeder in the building. The young phenom. I don't know if he's before Yellow Breeze or after, but it don't matter. That's why Meat and I said that's deep, Nigel. Make $1 off every broke person in America. Wow, good. Woo! See, yo, 23.
I just have morals. That's the only reason why I don't I don't sit around and say, okay, well, I could use this scheme or that scheme. I'm actually out here trying to make the world a better place. And I mean that's the thing that makes it hard sometimes is because, sometimes I'm trying to make the world a better place. Like Rod just said, like you have those moments where it becomes selfish. And and or where you want to become selfish, and sometimes people feel bad about I've learned you can't feel bad about it. How can I make you a millionaire if I'm not a millionaire? I gotta put the effort and the energy into putting myself in the right shoes so that I can bring you to be there with me. But I also have morals where I'm not gonna exploit people to, take advantage and get myself there. So that's where, like I say, it could be contradicting. I know I was watching this video the other day and talked about how one of the billionaires in the United States could end world hunger, but none of them have came together to pull to do it. And I say to that, this is it their responsibility? No. Morally, is it something that could be done and that I would do if I was in that position? Potentially, but you also have to look at what are the adverse effects to the rest of the world when you do that? What happens if you say, okay, I'm going to provide this amount of money to end world hunger? Well, boom, now you got super hyperinflation, and now we're going into another crazy downward spiral, because that also is impacting uh, economics and, labor and all these different things. So there's so many things that factor into all of that stuff. And that's why I say we definitely could take more procedural safeguards as a culture, like how Rod was talking about going to the gas station and nobody's checking your credit card to see if it's yours or not. When I'm in the Bahamas, that's one thing that's different for me. If you go to Burger King in the Bahamas, go to Burger King, they're gonna ask you, do you have an ID? Do you have a passport? Do you have something that you can match that to so that I know that this card is your card? If you don't, too bad. You have to look at all those different things, and I know I'm on a big tangent right now, but
Take your
it's just
time,
like
brother. Take your time. Matter of
we
fact,
have
I'm gonna give you the solo floor. Take.
we have to take the opportunity out to think about our self. And there's so many different ways that you can safeguard yourself. For myself personally, when it comes to my credit cards, the cards that I'm not using, I keep home. I have my statements come paper. I don't care if the company sends me a million things about paperless statements. I'm checking my credit karma all the time. Why? Because the minute that y'all pop up and say Nigel missed the payment on a card that I haven't used in 6 months, okay, somebody's scamming, somebody's scheming. I need to see what's going on. Or a minute a balance post on that card. Hold up, what's going on? I didn't have a balance. Those are the things that you have to already have in line and be prepared for. So when those things come up, you are already prepared. So that's my thing is you have to be selfish first. You have to align yourself to be protected in as many ways as possible. Lock those cars, do those different things. I know there's some people who go to the extreme that they lock and unlock their car every time they use it. I know I personally recently have locked a card and then accidentally used the card myself and it worked. And that's something, hey, I need to call the bank. This card's supposed to be locked. What are y'all doing? You have to be selfish. Y'all have to take the time out to think about yourself, put yourself first. And you can't always be the yes person. You got to learn how to say no, and you got to learn how to have people around you who are willing to say no to you as well, because having those yes people isn't going to get you very far. Being a yes person isn't going to get you very far. You have to know how to say no. You have to know how to walk away. I had to make a very, very intense life decision this week. But when I sat down and thought about it, I had to understand that I'm impacting multiple people's lives. My income is impacting multiple people's lives. The words that come out of my mouth, all those different things. So now when I go into the room to make this decision, I don't feel bad about making the decision because I know that me being selfish is in the best interest of the greater good in that situation. And so that's what I say to everybody out there watching it. You can't feel bad about being selfish. You can't feel bad about looking out for yourself or looking out for others first. If you're somebody who's in one of those positions, you work at a gas station or any of those places, and you have to accept those cards, take that time out and check the cards and say, hey, is this your card? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have authorization to use this card? You know, do those things and look out for yourself and look out for others. Let me turn y'all back over to Rod. Whatever. Rod might have just took a drink.
Perfect timing, man. I just walked back in the crib. I had to step out for a second. Never real homie still in the crib. And I gotta go up real quick. And we get ready to end this here, y'all. I know Nigel is getting late. If I want to say that's beautiful and so true, Nigel. That's absolutely true. Why I love to motivate, say yes, and Nigel Schroeder. And we got a new channel. Remember, I don't have my old sound bite, but I will do it. Well, now Thurston got to do it. But hey, thank you for becoming a channel member again. I know you were a channel member for a while. And y'all stay tuned because I keep saying it, but my schedule, it wasn't even my schedule. It was just my mental. My mental. It was preventing me from even doing any type of live streams, members only, regular lives, videos. I had a lot going on. America used to check IDs. I remember that. Hold on. I remember that when I started using credit cards. Thank you, Nigel. And we're going to get ready to get up out of here, y'all. I do want to say this here, man. 11 real homies still in the crib, and I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being here. Sound like Nigel just did his closing comments. Nigel, you got anything else you want to say?
No, sir. You can roll out.
I will say this here. Why loves to motivate. I had identity theft 2 times. She said actually 3 times. Terry, good to have you here. It says, excellent discussion, gentlemen. Tonight, y'all have witnessed greatness. Two brothers that ain't in the streets, robbing people, killing people, taking advantage of people. You got 2 brothers that are educating people. You got one young man that's educating people in the classroom and educating people outside of the classroom in the form of finances, credit, and better living. You got another gentleman that's taking his trials and tribulations and taking them to the screen to make sure people don't make the same mistakes that he's made. What you've witnessed tonight is old school meets new school. It's always an honor, a blessing, and a pleasure to have Nigel Schroeder on the screen with me, on the panel with me. I reached out to him. He told me what he had going on. And I texted him first and asked him, can he join me tonight? And then when we got on the phone, I didn't want to ask him because he told me everything he had going on. Plate was like Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. His plate is full. And he still showed up, showed out, and delivered. With all that being said, man, we're going to get ready to raise up out of here. I want to thank Nigel from the bottom of my heart for being here. If you ever need anything from me, you know I'm here for you.
Yes, sir. Vice versa.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, because Asia just turned 26 on October 1st. So Nigel is like my youngest child. And I love this young man to life. Make sure y'all do me a favor, stay tuned because we're gonna be dropping more heat, dropping more fire, dropping more knowledge. I am back. And again, I want to thank Anwar and Meet and Devo Vibes, Why Love to Motivate, and your favorite couple for the motivation they've given me. I want to thank Nigel for being here tonight. I want to thank all the members, the subscribers, the viewers, the people that are thinking about subscribing, people that are thinking about becoming channel members. And I really ain't got nothing else to say, man. I really ain't got nothing else to say. Nigel, you got anything else you want to say?
Just as always, thank you to everybody over here on the Point Blank Network as a whole. Thank you to Rod for having me. And I know Rod didn't want to tell my business. However, what I'm currently in the works of doing is I'm actually reading through a 42-page packet of all legal jargon on formulating a charter school, as well as we're in the process of adopting children. So we just had a home study or a home visit from the caseworker a couple hours ago. I've been reading through all that and studying for my leadership exam. And so that's why Rod was saying, he didn't want to bother me, but I always tell him anytime that, he reaches out, I'm always going to make sure that, if I can make it, I'm going to pop in and follow through. And so just as always, I'm thankful for Rod. I'm thankful for everybody who's watching the streams. Have a good evening, a blessed evening, a lucky evening, depending on whatever you believe in. And that's all for me.
Well, I'm reading these comments. This has been rocking with me and Nigel. Me and Nigel met each other virtually on. We haven't met in person yet. On Dwayne's channel, and Ulysses was there. He said, "Have a good night, everyone. Great live stream." Devin said, "Have a great night." Why Love Some Motivate said, "Hit the like button." Why Love Some Motivate said, "Rod needed this," and Nigel Short, "Thank you, blessings, young man." And I totally agree.
Me
And
too.
you needed it too, bro.
Oh yeah, it feels great every time I'm able to get on.
And but y'all better watch out because Nigel might be on 58 times a day. Good night, everyone. This was a true blessing. Thank you, my sister Etta. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and Gene, man. We about to raise up. What's going on, Rod? Hey, man, we about to get up out of here. 11 real homies in the crib. I'm not gonna even play any music. Nigel, do I need to holler at you in the back office, or do we just need to just end it, or
However you want to go.
it's up to you, man. You the one sleepy.
Oh, I'm up.
I'm like, I ain't got no job. Well, with that being said, that since Nigel put it like that, I am gonna end this in true Point Blank travel fashion. I am gonna put up the passcode to success. And please, y'all, do me a favor. Do me a favor if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to Nigel Schroeder. I'm gonna have to make Nigel a moderator or something. Subscribe to Nigel Schroeder on YouTube. As you can see, intelligent young man, caring young man, and a successful Black man. Right here, the passcode to success. And we got all the channels on the Points Blank Network. We got PBT, we got the Points Blank Experience, we have Points Blank Finance, and we have Points Blank Clips, which I am going to be dropping some stuff on there very soon. And with all this being said, we're about to get up out of here. as soon as I can get where I want to be. Much love, y'all. We up out of this. Time to go.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb. A new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh.